Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. Today we're going to have a look at Electronic Arts, which is a video game maker. In case you didn't know, the video game makers actually, as a group of stocks, at least the big ones, have been doing rather well recently and not so recently as well. Of course, we have to sort of split these video game makers between the large ones, Electronic Arts, Activision, Blizzard, and then the smaller ones like the King Digitals and like the Zyngas and which really are a different animal. So for my part, what I'm focusing on here today really is Electronic Arts and Activision. So let's have a look at Activision, which actually decided to act very well and break out of a higher base that it's been working on here over the past couple days. So if you just peel back on Activision a little bit, you can see a very, very orderly move higher. And talk about sometimes people tell me that every single gap gets filled. Maybe eventually every single gap gets filled. Although I'd very much argue against that too. But you tell me if you waited for this gap to fill, or this gap to fill, or for this gap to fill, you lost a lot of money trying to short the stock. So basically, these are breakaway gaps or runaway gaps, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't even matter. You can see it's bullish, right? Breakaway, consolidation, breakaway, consolidation, breakaway, consolidation, and now looks like it's moving higher again. So that was Activision the other day. Now, Electronic Arts, not very dissimilar to it. You can see a lot of these sort of bullish gap ups taking place here. Most notably here, and then really, obviously after the earnings report in May. So what the stock's really been doing here is consolidate in this very tight wedge over the past a little more than a month or so after the strong earnings gap, and today you can see the stock is trying to break out so far. So that's a pretty powerful move. I think the stock probably has room up to 37, 38 bucks or something like that. Using a trailing stop on something like this makes a lot of sense. So just because a stock has a breakaway gap doesn't mean you have to short it and wait for it to fill that gap. That's a complete myth. That happens plenty of time, but not all of the time. It really depends on the construct of the chart. As always, if you've got any questions, guys, you can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is SteadyTrader. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.